I think I'm broken. You may have noticed past few weeks on the channel, there hasn't been a lot of the normal content that you are used to coming from this channel. Now, part of it is because of the new content that I'm trying to bring to this channel. And if you haven't watched any of that new content, I'll put a couple links down in the description. I suggest you go and check it out. I mean, people have seemed to like it. I know it's not the normal golf, but people have seemed to like it. But I've had a couple people ask me, like, what happened to all of the golf content? And that's where we get into the root of this video. Is there a script for this video? No. Am I going to be ranting? Yes, absolutely. I don't even know how long this video is going to be. And honestly, I don't really care because I just need to get these thoughts out to everybody to maybe see if I'm not crazy. Now, the reason I said that I think I'm broken is because I think sports games have actually broken me. As somebody who has built this entire channel up on playing sports games, loading up any sports game right now just makes me want to throw up. And I don't know if maybe like my tastes are changing in video games or what's going on. I think at this point I have just reached a level of fatigue. Like I've covered before in other videos, I have been making sports content for a long time. And I found a nice little avenue, a nice little niche for me inside of the golf game space to create that content. But as I've started to look back at my content, I have come to realize that I create what I am calling slop. It's the same type of video over and over and over and over and over again. And I've tried to spice it up over the last couple of years, doing different series of videos and stuff of that nature, but it's so repetitive. And I'm just doing the same thing over and over again for every new game that comes out. And when you look around the landscape of sports games, that is also what everybody else is doing as well. Well, there's a new game. Let's get out the same exact tutorials and the same exact content that we did last year. It's just this time it's got a different number on it. And as somebody who is trying to be extremely creative, you look back at the content, well, I do, and it's why would anybody watch this content at any point in time other than when the video just comes out? And I think being in content creation and actually making the content, it's kind of leading me toward the realization that sports video games right now, they just kind of suck. And I don't think I'm alone in this. However, I mean, every time I bring this up, there's always people just, I don't know, shut up. These games are great. I love just getting the same content over and over again with different pictures on things. So then I get inside my own head thinking maybe I am crazy. Well, I mean, I definitely am crazy, but maybe I am actually looking at this and just overreacting to the state of video games for sports. But if you look at all of the video games that are made in the sports category, let's start with PGA 2K23, a game that I truly do enjoy. I like PGA 2K23. I can't play 2K23. Again, I load it up and it's just what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Why am I playing this? I don't even know why I'm playing this. When that game was released, it was released in a state that it was missing half of the game. I mean, let's just be honest. Half of the game was missing, and new features that they put in weren't received well within the community. And I mean, they have added stuff in since, the ranked. But then when you load up the ranked, it's why am I playing the ranked? This means nothing. There's no rewards. I mean, they give you coins. They give you sleeves of balls. But why does that matter? You can climb the ranks, which I have been climbing the ranks, but it's why am I climbing the ranks? So that somebody can see me on a virtual leaderboard? Who gives a shit? Well, obviously a lot of people give a shit, because there's a lot of people that are mad about things with the ranked. But I don't really give a shit. How about EA Sports PGA Tour? Fun game. I've enjoyed my time with that game. But I mean, the career mode is the career mode, and that's been good. But it's gotten to a point where I'm just so good that it's not even really that difficult. And if you overtune, like you turn the difficulty way up, then they're just scoring ridiculous scores. I can't find a middle ground with the career mode, and I don't like that. And I mean, they kind of did the same thing that 2K did. So they have the tournaments. You can play the tournaments. You don't really, I mean, you get stuff for it, but it's stuff that doesn't quite matter. They didn't launch with a ranked either. So it just kind of feels, again, kind of like half a game. And even some of the more fleshed, I mean, can you even say fleshed out? I don't even know if I could say fleshed out. But I'm just going to, for the sake of this, just say for the more fleshed out games, you know, your Maddens, your NBA 2Ks, your NHLs, kind of. WWE? F1? I don't know. It's when you look year to year, nothing is changing. Now, I will give NBA 2K some credit because they have actually made some pretty good changes to the franchise. But everything else, the My Career, same thing, different city. Gameplay, I mean, fairly unchanged. Maybe a little bit more polished, but it's like there's nothing really new about it. And then when you tack on just all of the money, gotta spend the money. And I get it, because there's probably going to be people that are going to bring this up. They're a business. They need to make money. Like, they're going to make money no matter what. Charging people $60, like 50 and some change, to level up a character to where it's actually playable online. Boy, that's terrible. And what if you get to that point and you're like, man, I just don't really like enjoy this character. Let's re-roll another one. Well, there's another $50. Man, well, they've nerfed this one completely. All the badges suck now, and my character kind of blows. What are we going to do now? Well, you can always spend another $50. And it's like, you have to do this. What desire do I have to go play the park in NBA 2K? 0. That's how much. How much do I want to play the Pro-Am? None. I don't want to touch it. I just want to play the career. That's it. That sucks. It's all tied to this online stuff. And we can't have those two overpowered, so now you're hamstrung. You can't make like a LeBron. You can't make a Steph Curry. You can't make any of these players because you're capped. Throughout the entire thing, you are capped. So that you can only be so good. Well, you can make the type, the LeBron James type, or whatever the hell they have, but you'll never be that because everything is tied to online. Everything needs to be balanced. Everything needs to be so you can't get overpowered. But it's like, I want to be overpowered. I'm playing my career. It's my career, not my city. Although it probably is now, I guess. Everything is tied to this online thing. Everything. And every game does this in a way too. Even like MLB The Show. They've done a lot of great things, and people will rightly say that MLB The Show is probably the best version of like an ultimate team for all of these sports games. And I will agree with that. However, when you compare two pieces of shit, one might be shinier than the other, but they're still both pieces of shit. And I think that's where the root of this comes from, is I think that the Ultimate Team modes are pieces of shit. They lock you into a cycle of doing everything, deleting everything. You doing the same exact thing over again. This time the cards have different pictures, and then deleting everything. And then you do it all over again, and then they delete everything. It's just this constant yo-yo of doing everything, deleting everything, doing everything, deleting everything. Every year, that's what they do. They change the pictures on the card, and sometimes the stats change. But you're still doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And maybe it's just because I've been doing this so long that I have finally just reached the point that this stuff just burns me out. And it doesn't help that everything is tied to Diamond Dynasty and MLB The Show. Hey, you got that Road to the Show player that you got going? That's nice. I mean, sorry we haven't updated that mode in 6 years, but you got that Road to the Show player you got going? Do you know you can use him in Diamond Dynasty? And you're getting XP right now. That's actually pretty cool. Guess what? That XP actually got you a pack in Diamond Dynasty. You want to go open it? There might be some like gear in there. You could put the gear on your Road to the Show player. Make them better. You got to go into Diamond Dynasty though. There's a market. Hey, go to the market. With all these Diamond Dynasty cards. And hey, guess what? I mean, we haven't updated the Road to the Show in 6 years. But guess what we have updated? Diamond Dynasty. Yeah, we did. We updated it. We're not updating RTTS. So let's go check out Diamond Dynasty. And I'm not even putting all of the fault on like developers because you have like 9 months to do these yearly releases. And yearly releases is probably one of the reasons why I think this burnout is occurring in my brain, but also in a lot of other people's brains too. Because if a game comes out, there's some changes in it, and it's like, that's nice. And then the next game comes out, and it's like, hey, the card art's different. And hey, we did a new scouting system that's extremely cumbersome and not really that great, but it is different. You have 9 months, probably, maybe even less. And to try to get like meaningful changes into these games in 9 months, I'm sure is extremely difficult. I mean, shit. Madden released a game, said that this was going to be the best year of franchise. We have all of these changes lined up. It's going to be awesome. You guys are going to love it. And then they deleted 60% of people's franchises. And then they fixed it and then deleted another 30% of people's franchises. And again, I just want to say, I know that this is my own personal experience. I know that this is a rant. I know that people aren't going to agree with this. And that's fine. I get it. But I feel like I'm not alone. I feel like this is happening across all of sports games. They're constant cramming of microtransactions down our throats. Battle passes, season passes, and I like those things, but it's like every game has them now. There used to be a time where the game being good is what brought you back to playing the game. But now, what brings you back to the game is just more mindless, same thing, over and over again content. Come get these new cards. Come get these new battle passes. Come buy these packs. Hey, here's a patch that fixes some stuff, but also breaks 95 other things. Or hey, you know those freeze-offs that you've had in the game for 10 years? Yeah, those are all still there. Sucks to suck. Happens to you. 11-0 run in BR. Get fucked. And at this point, I'm kind of convinced that it is just because all of the codes for these games have just become just way too just bloated. They're bloated. They're probably 25 years old at this point. I mean, some of these are probably dating back to the early 2000s that they just keep like compounding on. So you have like legacy issues from 2016 that you can't take out because if you take it out, it bricks the entire code for the last 7 years. So they just keep releasing these things over and over and over and over and over again. And I think it is, at least in my brain, for me, it is all coming to a head right now. Because when I load into a sports game, the first thing I ask myself is, what the fuck am I doing? Because I don't have fun playing these sports games. I have fun playing them in spurts of like an hour a week. And honestly, I think that that's fine. Playing these games an hour a week, I think is fine. At least for me, like I'm happy with that. It's just a little bit hard to make content around that. I'm going to try though. I'm going to try to release some different types of videos for sports games. But I definitely can't do the slop. And this isn't a knock to other creators either. Like, do your thing. I'm not knocking you for any of the content that you make. This is not a shot at anybody. I am just talking from me personally. When I look back at my collection of videos, it's just the same thing for 5 years with little tiny changes. Nothing that stands the test of time. Why would anybody go back and watch, I don't know, my 2019 to 2021 comparison video or my 2000 PGA 2019 fucking like the TGC Tour rounds. There's no reason whatsoever. Why would I watch something for a game that's 5 years old at this point? I'm going to still be making content here. Like, don't get me wrong. And there's still going to be sports stuff, too. It's just going to be a little bit more high quality. Something that I feel, again, could stand the test of time. Could be watched a year from now, 2 years from now. Something that I feel is just a little bit more creative for me. Because like I said in the first, like, new style of video I did, I have a goblin in my brain. That goblin's like, we need to be more creative, dude. Because if you just keep doing the same stuff over and over and over and over again, like, yeah, the views are going to be better, at least for right now. But, man, you have started to hate what you do. I've started to hate the videos that I make. And it all stems from me just not enjoying the sports games anymore. I don't enjoy them. Not on the level that I used to, at least. Because I just look at them. And to me, they're the same game. Over and over again. Slight changes, sure. But nothing so meaningful that it's like, wow, that's a gigantic change. That changes the face of sports games. Like when you can go back and play a game from 2004 in NFL 2K5 and they do things, some things, not all, that's for sure, but they do some things just so much better than a game made in 2023. That really just makes you think, what the fuck are we doing here? The fuck am I doing? Okay, I'm actually done. The rant's over. I just had a few people reach out to me and like ask me like, hey man, you used to do daily golf content. What happened to that? And I just wanted to make this video, and I'm sure, I don't know, this will probably piss off some people. I mean, it's the internet, so it definitely will. But I just want to reiterate, this is not a shot at anybody. I have firmly stated for my entire existence, play what you want, do what you want. If you're having fun, if it makes you happy, play those things. Do those things. Make the content you want to do. Play the games that you want to. I do not care. If you're having fun, that's great, and I'm happy for you. But I just wanted to make this to kind of tell everybody kind of where I'm at, because I've had a lot of people ask me. And yeah, this is where I'm at. Sports games aren't fun to me really anymore. Making content around them, and also just sports in general, is still fun to me. So I'm going to continue doing that, but it's just going to be a little bit different from the normal, what I'm calling slop that I used to make before. So I really do hope that you take this ride with me. If you don't, I understand. I really hope you do, though. Like I said, the past couple of videos I've done, people have seemed to enjoy them, gotten good engagement on them. People have reached out saying, like, I love this style of video. Keep doing this. I'm getting better. I'm getting faster at them. So hopefully I can provide more. If you haven't watched those videos, I'll put links, again, down in the description. They'll be linked at the end of this video more than likely as well. So if you haven't yet, please just check them out. I am very open to feedback on what people think of them. So if that's something you'd like to do, I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, let me know down in the comment. I don't think I'm crazy, but I might be crazy. But I feel like a lot of people are coming to a head with sports games right now. Like, it has gotten to a point of extreme toxicity. So if you agree, let me know. If you think I'm crazy, let me know. If this video was good and you liked it, fucking like the video. If you want to see more, I don't know, whatever content I'm going to be doing, then subscribe to the channel. Diablo comes out in like 2 days. Well, probably by the time this gets out, like tomorrow. I'll be streaming that. Twitch.tv/RespawnTV. Got a second channel too. Then I'm going to be posting all that stuff too. If you want to check that out, fucking go sub to that too. That's it. End of rant. End of video. See ya.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in